Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here. I'm going to give you selections for Sunday, but first a quick recap on yesterday. Wow, what a day. First of all, I believe it was a 14-1 winner, Cardem, and when the horses started for the day, I thought, oh, here we go. I think the first two were very disappointing. Jumby just about got a place, but I was disappointed. But then Cardem made all, I think it were 12s or 14s, but it actually returned 7-1. And then we had Al Arzi in the last race, the last selection at Goodwood, 4.55. Everything happened that I thought was going to. I'm not sure what price you got in the end. I think I got fives or sixes, but I think it went as low as 4-1. Jim Crowley gave it a decent ride, but the biggest thing, wow, what a day on the football. If anybody plays the football, that you'll know exactly what I mean. I'm sorry for the people that didn't or don't like football bets, but we absolutely maxed out yesterday. As advised, a £20 over 2.5 goals treble, a £5 over 3.5 goal treble, and a £5 over 4.5 goal treble. Every single selection, there was 5 goals or more. So the first one was the over 2.5s, which made I actually cashed out early because I thought, oh, I'll take the 80 quid and all my bets were paid for the day. And then it really kicked off. So that bet within seconds was up. Once I'd cashed out, I think was it just a few minutes into the second half, or even at the end of the first half. I really can't remember. Just as I was thinking about cashing out, the over 3.5 goals was actually already it came up while I was looking around. So that was another 150 quid in the bank. And then the big jackpot one, the over 4.5 goals. Well, this was where to be fair, my backside were twitching. I didn't know what to do. And I tell you what, I'm absolutely kicking myself. I cashed out for 375. I thought, well, I'm not going to let it go down to zero. Basically, I was hanging on for Bristol City to score one more. And I think it was the 81st minute. I thought, do I let it go? Or do I actually take some more profit on the day? I thought, right, £375 was too much to turn down as a cash out. I clicked submit in the 81st minute. I cashed out for 375. 15 seconds later, Bristol City scored. If I hadn't have cashed out, I do believe that over 4.5 goal £5 treble would have made £1,180 for the sake of not pressing the button for 15 seconds. Actually, it's the first time I felt like a bit of a weird feeling inside. But then again, you've got to look at it. We've had a brilliant day. Yeah, I've kind of like thrown 800 quid down the drain kind of thing. But then again, I could have quite easily not have had 375 back off the bet. But yeah, if you'd have put all the bets on in the morning, I think it was £51 staked. I think you'll be returning round about £1,600. But if somebody did that, let me know in the comments. I know a lot of people don't always follow my staking, but you do like to put the bets on in your own way. That's fine. So let me know in the comments what you actually did. I know a few people did yesterday, but I know there's a few people that will put the bets on that will never say anything, which is fine. People like to have their anonymity. So anyway, enough chat. Let's get on to Sunday's selections. So today, Sunday, I am going for a £1 each way lucky 15. The first selection is Star of Valour in the 2:10 at Salisbury. They're paying 5 places instead of 3. I'm a big fan of the Tizard. Originally it was Colin Tizard, but recently he's packed in and now it's his son. You probably know him, Joe Tizard. Was a jockey a few years ago for Paul Nicholls, decent jockey. It's been his dad's assistant trainer for quite a few years now, and basically the saying has been running the show for quite a while now. But I do like the Tizards when they've got flat runners because they always seem to run pretty decently. But I do like this one, and also I believe it's Joe Tizard's nephew. I think it is who rides a horse. I'm not sure about that. I think it is. It's definitely a relation anyway. Freddie Ginger. Decent jockey, and I think it's got a cracking chance. Well, this horse has run at Salisbury before because I think it's a bit of a specialist course. It's actually a bit of a tricky course. it's generally a course that I would normally steer clear of because I haven't really got a good record. But I do like this horse. I do like the jockey. I do like the trainer. It's ran over here before, and I think it's got a cracking chance. The second selection is Latin 5. In the 130 at Hamilton, they're paying 3 places instead of 2. Well, this horse, it's not been in decent form for a while now. It can often throw a cracking running, but normally it's like a bit hit and miss. Paul Midgley had the second in this last year at 12 to 1. Behind, I do believe I think it was an odds-on winner last year. Well, the odds-on winner was also trained by David O'Meara, who's also got the short price favourite this year. Well, they're paying 3 places instead of 2 for 7 runners. Well, I do like Paul Midgley's handicapped sprinters. I think this has got a cracking chance. I think it was given a run at Ponty like for fitness reasons. You know, it's a tough course. Ponty is. It's one of them where when you're racing prominent, you face that stiff a stiff uphill finish. Just as you turn left with 2 furlongs to go. I think it is, and it can be a real. Basically, I think they're generally running on empty. So if they're not fit, they can be really blowing out the. So I think it'll come on massive to run, and I think it's got a decent chance. The next selection is Amina in the 340 at Newmarket in the 1,000 guineas. They're playing 5 places instead of 3. Well, Roger Varian had a runner in the 2,000 guineas yesterday that came 4th. Similar profile to this horse. What I do like about it is it's only ever ran at Newmarket, and Newmarket is a very tricky course, especially with a downhill then uphill finish. Well, if you want to watch this horse, you can go to racingtv.com, type the horse's name in, and you can see like the finishing commentary. And once it meets that rising ground, it absolutely flies. Don't get me wrong. I think the race it ran in was rubbish, but they obviously think a lot of the horse, and the fact that it's had a recent run, whereas a lot of them haven't, could be beneficial when it really gets to the nitty gritty. The 4th and final selection is Dreamloper at 9 to 2 in the 3 o'clock at Newmarket. They're paying 3 places instead of 2. I do believe this is probably only on Sky Bet. This horse has run over course and distance before. Basically, I think it's got a cracking chance. Ed Walker is a trainer, decent trainer. And basically, you've got 4 horses with a realistic chance fighting out for 3 places. So I think it's got a decent chance. Anyway, fingers crossed. If you're spending the winnings from yesterday, spend it wisely. Enjoy yourself. If you're having a decent bank holiday, have a fantastic bank holiday. Fingers crossed for today's selections. Charlie Winters, over and out.